Okay, so we're going to continue with his mouth, and we're going to cut this in. I've swapped to a lot smaller knife because it's tight in here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in right here at his corner of his mouth on both sides. Okay, and I'm going to run at the top of my pencil line and kind of we're wanting a V cut in the bottom of this. Okay, so what we're doing is just like we did with the snowman, we're putting his smile in, or his smirk. This is a little bit more of a smirk than a smile. So we're gonna come in here, take that out, come in here, take this out. Okay, and what you want to do is right here, I know I have a straight line. It goes all the way across. What we want to do is we want to kind of angle that line back up this way and back up this way to simulate a jaw. Okay, we want to just, you'll see, it'll do it all on its own. One little snippet, and now he looks like that was his jaw. I bet y'all wasn't even on camera for that. I was way over here. Okay. Okay. All right. And then we're going to come in right here at the base of his ear on about not quite a 45, but almost. And we're just going to take one little, and that it puts the bottom of our jaw definition right in there, just like so. It's just that easy. Now, one thing I like doing is I like tucking this bottom lip underneath that top lip. Everybody's bottom lip tucks in underneath their top lip. So I just take a little bitty chip right off the edge of that bottom lip into the corner of his mouth. Now, one thing we're going to do real quick, if I can find the proper tool, is, I don't know what this is called. I've heard it called some very unappealing things, but you got this, what I've heard referred to as a snot trough. Not my words, it's what I heard somebody else call it. And you just use your little gouge, and you don't cut the top lip. You start just above the top lip, push in and up, and it'll put it in there. And it's just a little bitty detail. If you don't have a gouge or a tool that'll get that done, don't worry about it. But it's just a little bitty detail that you could put in that just kind of like, oh wow, he even put in that little feature right there. Okay, so we're going to put this little knife down, and what we're going to do is we're going to start rounding these feet. Take your little 45-degree cut into there, come back in, feather that cut back into the bottom of his neck there. Okay. This is a cool little desk trinket. Now I'm going to come up here and just chop this corner off like so. Okay. Then I'm going to come back here, feather that in like so. All right. Then I'm going to start about right there, and I'm going to give it an upward cut like that. I'm going up and in at the same time. Then I'm going to round that over, okay? Round that over. Round it over on this side. And this right here is where you can decide whether you want to give him claws or some sort of little shoe, okay? And I'm just working on rounding it over and getting it to the shape that I want it, okay? If you want to put in claws, it's going to be two totally different processes. If you want to put in shoes, you run a line all the way around here for the sole of his shoe, okay? And that's generally what I do. But if you want to put in claws, you want to run this way, Okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to cut down on this line and then back in to expose just a little bit of wood right here. And then you're going to separate his claws, give him 2 or 3 claws. But I like the shoes because it just don't fit and it makes him look just that much funnier. I'm going to run a stop cut all the way around that one. Okay. Then I'm going to run another stop cut in a V pattern towards the bottom of that cut all the way around this way. And get that to separate the shoe from the sole. Okay? And that's really delicate in there, so I'm just going to brush and that chip fell right out. Like so. Okay? Now, we'll do this one real fast. Feather that. Feather this. Same process, upward cut. Then we're going to round that upward cut, round the front, round the back. Okay. Just come in and alleviate it, or alleviate it. It's not in pain, is it? I don't think so. Okay. Then we're just going to run us a stop cut for the sole. And we'll just turn around. You want that V to be in the bottom. You want it to be a little bit, when I say wide, that's a very generous term for as big as this little feller is. But you feel free to use a 1.5 inch stock, whatever you may have. And I've done these little guys in pine, aspen. This is basswood. Don't let your material be your determining factor. Okay. So there, our mouth's done, our shoes are done. I'm gonna grab my V tool, and you see I put in a little oval here, or a little almond shape inside that ear. I'm gonna start at the top of this, and I'm gonna run that line from the center all the way to the bottom. Okay? The center all the way to the bottom. Alright. Then I'm going to use my knife. I'm going to stop cut down in the center of that V cut on both sides. Okay, just go slow. I know it's thin up here. Go slow. And then we're going to take and ease our knife into that stop cut. We're going to remove a sliver of wood on each side and give that inside of that ear some depth. Okay? We're almost done. We put some hair in with a V tool and we'll be good to go. Like this. See how I did that? And you don't want sharp edges. There's a sharp edge right there. Let's round it over. Let's round that over. See there? And this will wash off. This will wash off with soap and water and a little toothbrush. Let's do this other one real fast. Whoop, see, I almost messed up. As thin as that is on that tip, I wouldn't ever advise running your tool towards that tip, because the odds of it chipping out or breaking off at the top are really high. Okay, stop cut, bottom of the V-tool cut. The V-tool just helps us establish that line without running out of that line. If you wanted to do that, you could do that with a V-style cut with your knife. V-tool just makes it so much simpler. Okay. Alright. Ears are done. Oh, there's a sharp spot. Be mindful of those sharp spots and get them out of there. Nothing sharp. Now, I was talking about these little micro tools from Rammelson earlier. It comes with a little 3/32 V tool, which is perfect for something small like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to go straight up and down. I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of sweep his hair to this side, coming out of this side of his hat, all the way down to the center. Then I'm going to sweep it to this side. Kind of like he combed it over and pulled it back. The only straight cut will be right in the center. Only because it just looks better that way. So we're going to use this little V tool and we're just going to put his hair in. Right? And you can put as much detail into hair as you want with different size V tools, different depths of your cuts. Yeah, see? I'm just going to stick him some hair in there. Alright, I'm going to stop this right here. I'm going to finish putting my hair in, and I'm going to wet him up, scrub him off, and bring him back and show you what it looks like done. And that'll be the end of this little project. Alright, well, he's all finished up. There he is, in all his trolly glory. These are just a real fun project to do. And I guess our last step is to cut him free. So we're just going to ease right down in here. And we're just gonna be real careful. There we go. I told you there wasn't much left. That's it. And then you just take, smooth out the bottom here, paint him up, and send him to go sit on somebody's desk near you. I hope y'all enjoyed this. Thinking about doing a character next time. Probably be very similar to this with not much face detail. No eyes, no eyebrows, no forehead, anything like that. Sticking with the same theme of sometimes less is more. I got some really good stuff coming down the road in the future though. But hope you guys liked him. People seem to love this little feller. And I guess we're going to call him our troll. That's what he gets called more than anything. Look like he lives does he look like he lives under an underpass by you? There we go. All right, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Thank you very much.